Seeing an accident in a dream is a deeply symbolic experience that often reflects sudden change, inner fear, emotional shock, or a serious warning connected to the dreamer. Is waking life because accidents in dreams rarely point to physical events and instead represent disruption, loss of control, or consequences of rushing through important matters without awareness. And when a person dreams of an accident, it usually appears during periods of stress, pressure, confusion, or major transition, indicating that the mind and soul are overwhelmed and trying to slow the individual down before harm occurs. And if the dreamer sees themselves involved in an accident, it suggests personal mistakes, poor judgment, emotional instability, or ignoring responsibilities, and this dream serves as a strong reminder to pause, reflect, and correct behavior before facing real consequences. And when the dreamer witnesses an accident from a distance, it shows anxiety, concern, or helplessness regarding situations in life that feel uncontrollable, especially related to family, career, or relationships. And spiritually, such a dream can be interpreted as a divine signal urging patience, humility, and return to balance. Because reckless speed in life often leads to regret and loss, and seeing blood in an accident dream represents emotional pain, inner wounds, guilt, or drained energy, while an accident without injury shows that fear is greater than the actual damage and that correction is still possible. And seeing a loved one involved in an accident reflects deep emotional attachment, fear of separation, unresolved conflict, or worry about their well-being. And if the dream includes strangers, it may symbolize neglected parts of the dreamer's own personality that are suffering silently, and an accident occurring at night suggests confusion, lack of clarity, or walking a path without guidance, while a daytime accident indicates visible warnings that are being ignored in waking life and surviving. An accident in a dream is a powerful positive sign representing protection, resilience, learning through hardship, and emerging stronger after difficulty. And seeing death in an accident does not usually mean literal death, but symbolizes the end of a phase, belief, habit, or relationship, and the beginning of transformation and rebirth. And repeated dreams of accidents indicate persistent anxiety, unresolved trauma, or repeated life patterns that demand conscious change. And emotionally, this dream often reflects fear of failure, fear of loss, or fear of making irreversible mistakes. And psychologically, it may arise from pressure, responsibility, overload, or suppressed emotions. And from a spiritual perspective, such dreams remind the dreamer that life is temporary, time is precious, and actions have consequences, and that slowing down, practicing gratitude, seeking guidance, and maintaining moral discipline can prevent harm. And overall, seeing an accident in a dream is not a sign of doom, but a wake-up call encouraging awareness, patience, self-correction, and spiritual alignment, so the dreamer can regain control, avoid unnecessary suffering, and move forward with wisdom, balance, and inner peace. And this dream also reflects the inner state of caution that the soul develops when life choices are being made without proper grounding, because an accident in a dream mirrors imbalance between speed and wisdom. And when the dreamer is driving fast before the accident, it indicates impatience, ambition without planning, or emotional impulses controlling decisions, while slow movement before an accident suggests fear, hesitation, or external pressure forcing unwanted change. And if the dream shows brakes failing, it symbolizes lack of control over circumstances, habits, or emotions, and the need to regain discipline. And if the accident occurs on a familiar road, it points toward repeated mistakes in known areas of life, such as relationships, work, or behavior patterns, while an unfamiliar road represents uncertainty, new responsibilities, or fear of the unknown. And when the dreamer helps others after an accident, it shows compassion, responsibility, and the strength to support people during crises, meaning the dreamer may soon play a guiding role for others. And if no help is given, it reflects emotional numbness, exhaustion, or feeling overwhelmed by personal burdens. And spiritually, this dream emphasizes accountability, reminding the dreamer that every action has impact, and neglect can lead to regret. And when fear dominates the dream, it reflects internal conflict, guilt, or anxiety that needs healing through reflection, prayer, or honest self-evaluation. And if the dream ends suddenly after the accident, it suggests unresolved issues that require conscious attention in waking life. And dreams where the accident repeats multiple times signal stubborn patterns or lessons not yet learned, and such repetition is a call for deep transformation and maturity. And from a life perspective, this dream encourages balance between ambition and caution, between emotion and reason, and between worldly pursuit and inner peace. And it urges the dreamer to slow down, listen to intuition, respect boundaries, and avoid unnecessary risks, and overall the symbolism of an accident. In a dream teaches that awareness can prevent harm, patience can change outcomes, and self-correction can turn fear into growth and guidance, into safety, and when understood correctly, this dream becomes a protective message rather than a threat, guiding the dreamer toward stability, wisdom, and a more conscious path forward.